Chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Vishnu Padaya Adhikaya Pradale Srimad Bhakti Vinanta Nairani Jinamide Vandeham Shri Guru Dharyamandoya Naishtayutam Randananyam Purushana Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Om Vishnu Padaya Simharupine Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyana Keshava Yitinamine Atimarcha Charitraya Swashitanam Chapaline Jivaduke Sadartaya Shri Nama Premadayane Gaudashraya Vigrahaya Krishna Kamai Kacharine Rupanuga Privadaya Tarangaya Sarvasad Gunashaline Mayavada Tamoganaya Vedantharta Vade Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Tinamine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Dayataya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vigyana Daina Prabhe Namaha Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Varurapa Siddhanta Dvantaharine Namo Gaurakishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambhude Padambujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchitananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gauravya Bhava Bhumestvam Nirjesta Sajdana Priyaha Vaishnava Savabhoma Shri Jagannathayate Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahaviranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaunatvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jayatam Surato Pangor Mama Manda Mater Gati Matsarvasva Parambojo Radha Madana Mohano Divyad Brindaranya Kapadrumata Srimad Nagara Simhastanashto Shrimad Radha Shiragovinda Devo Preshanibi Sevyamano Smarami Shrimad Rasarasarambi Vamshivata Tashtitaha Karshan Venu Swaner Gopin Gopinatta Shriyestuna Vrindaye Tulasi Devyaye Priyaye Keshavasya Krishna Bhakti Pradedevi Satyavate Namo Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Page 32. Gurudev, I guess all together. Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya Godoe Dase. Okay. Do you have another guru one that's good to do together? Oh, but we started pretty late, and so I want to sort of. Okay. Maybe we do then 28. Shri Guru Charana Padma. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Vandamu Isabadanama Te Jahara Prasade Bhai E Bhavatoriya Jai Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hoy Te Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Aikya Adana Koriyo Mane Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Ese Uttama Gati Je Prasare Pure Sarva Asha Janme Janme Tridoje Janme Janme Prabhu Se Divya Gyan Hridai Prakasita Prema Bhakti Jaha Hoite Advirya Vinasha Jate Videga Jahara Charita Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Bandhu Lokanath Lokera Jivana Aha Prabhu Koro Daya Deha Mare Parachaya Tua Pare Lo Inusharana Ebegash Kushukri Bhuvana Jaya Gurudev Patita Pavana Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada The lotus feet of Sri Guru are the treasure house of unalloyed prema and bhakti. I worship these lotus feet with great care. By the mercy of Sri Guru, O brother, one can cross over the material universe and attain Sri Krishna. Make the words emanating from the lotus mouth of Sri Guru one with your heart and do not aspire for anything else. Attachment to the lotus feet of Sri Guru is the greatest attainment. By his mercy, all desires are fulfilled. He who gives the gift of transcendental vision is my master birth after birth. He manifests divine knowledge within one's heart. From his prema bhakti emanates, and from him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his exalted character. Shri Guru is an ocean of mercy, the friend of the fallen, and the life and soul of everyone. Alas, O Master, be merciful and give me the shade of your lotus feet. At your feet I have surrendered. May your fame now be proclaimed throughout the three worlds. Page 23. Krishna hoite chato mukha, hoya Krishna sevan mukha. Brahma hoite mada deramati, Narada hoite vyasa, Madhvaka he vyasa dasa, Purna pragna padmana bhagavati, Nrihari madhava vamshe, Akshobhya paramahamse. Shishaboli angi karakore Akshobhera shisha jaya Ketanami parichaya Tada dasye gyana sindhu tore Taha hoite doya nidhi Tada dasya vidya nidhi Rajendra hoilo da hoite Tara kinkara jaya Dharma nami parichaya Parampara janam balumate Jaya dharma dasye kyati Shri Purushatama jati Taoite Brahmanya Tirtha Sori Vyasa Tirtha Tara Dasa Lakshmi Pati Vyasa Dasa Taoite Madhavendra Puri Madhavendra Puri Vada Shisha Vada Shri Ishvara Nityananda Shri Advaita Vibhu Ishvara Purike Danya Korilenya Shri Chaitanya Jagat Guru Gaura Mahaprabhu Mahaprabhu Shri Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya Rupanuga Jane Rajivana Vishambara Priyankada Shri Swarupa Damodara Shri Goswami Rupa Sanatana Rupa Priya Mahajana Jiva Raghunatha Hana Kavi Krishna Dasa Krishna Dasa Priya Varanaro Dama Seva Pada Jara Pada Vishwanatha Ahasha Vishwanatha Bhakta Satta Baladeva Jagannatha Jara Priya Shri Bhakti Vinoda Mahabhagavata Vada Shri Gaurakti Shoda Vada Hari Bhajanete Jara Moda Shiva Shaba Navi Vada Sada Sevya Seva Pada Dada Daita Dasanama Prabhupada Antaranga Shri Sarupa Rupanuga Shekeshava Bhakti Pragyana Gaudiya Vedanta Veta Maya Varuta Mohanta Gauravani Prachara Chadama Pracharito Gauravani Bhakti Vedanta Swami Puralino Prabhupada Kama Kesha Priya Mahajana Vamenana Dayanhana Gauravani Tade Pranadana Esaba Hari Jana Gurangera Nija Jana Jareda Uchiste Morakama Guru Parampara Guru Parampara Parampara Guru Parampara Guru Parampara Guru Parampara Parampara Guru Parampara. Page 36. Vrindavanavasi yato Vaishnavera gana Praitame vandana kori Sabara charana Nilachara vasi yato Gona prabhurgana Bhumite Puriyavando Sabhara Charana Navadvipa Vasiyato Mahaprabhu Bhakta Sabhara Charana Vando Hoyanurokta Mahaprabhu Bhakta Yato Goda Deshe Stiti Sabhara Charana Vando Gauriya Pranati Jai Deshe Baise Gaurangera Gana Urdhva Bahu Kori Vando Sabhara Charana Hoya Chena Hoyi Bena Prabhuyato Dasa Sabhara Charana Vando Dante Kori Gasha Brahmanda Turite Shakti Dare Jane Jane Evera Purane Guna Gaya Jeva Shune Mahaprabhu Gana Sabha Patita Pavana Tahe Love Mui Papi Lovi Nusharanam Pandana Korite Mui Kanto Shakti Dori Tamo Buddhi Doshe Mui Dhamma Matra Kori Tatapi Mukera Bhagya Manera Ulasa Dokshakshami Moedame Koro Nidasa Sarva Vancha Siddhi Hoy Yama Banda Chute Jagate Durlaba Hoy Premandana Lute Manera Vasana Puna Achirate Hoya Devaki Nandana Dasa Elo Bekoya Jaya Vaishnav Thakur Jaya Vaishnav Thakur Vaishnav Thakur Jaya Vaishnav Thakur. First of all, I offer glorification at the feet of all the Vaishnavas. We don't. Page 200. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jivedaya Kori Swarparshada Swiyandama Sahavatari Atyanta Dulabha Prema Kori Bharadana Shikaya Sharanagati Bhakatera Prana Danya Atmani Vedana Gomtriptve Varana Avashadakshi Krishna Vishvasapalana Bhakti Anukula Matra Vajra Svikara Bhakti Pratikula Bhava Vajanangikara Sharanga Sharanagati Oibe Jahara Tahana Pratana Shune Srinanda Kumara Pasanatana Pade Dante Trina Kori Vakati Vinora Pade Tu Paradori Kandiya Kandiya Bole Amita Dhamma Shikaye Sharanagati Gorohe Utama Jaya Swarpashada Jaya Goda Hari Swarpashada Jaya Goda Hari Okay, Nita Guna Mani Amar. Do you know the page? 61. Let's do all together. Nitai Gunamani Amar. Nitai Gunamani. Anya Premera Vanya. Basana Vani. Preme Banya Loya Nitai. I logoda deshe Dubira bakata gana Dina hina bahase Dina hina pati tapa Marana him bhache Brahmara durlabha prema Sabakare jache Abhara karuna sindhu Katiya muhana Gare gare bure prema Amiyara bhana Lochan bole mora nitai Yebana bajiro Janiya shuniya se Atmagati hoyo Jayanitai 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 Nitai is a jewel of all virtues. My Nitai is a jewel of all virtues. He has inundated the entire world with a flood of divine love, prema. Nitai has come to the land of Goda, Bengal, bringing that flood of prema. The devotees are submerged in it, but the wretched and lowly remain floating. He does not discriminate against the wretched, lowly, fallen, and sinful. He freely offers to everyone the prema that is so rare that it is difficult for even Lord Brahma to obtain. By cutting a channel in the dam holding a limited ocean of mercy, Nitai has caused a flood of nectarian prema to surge in each and every house. Lochan Das says, whoever has not worshipped my Nitai knowingly commits suicide. Raman Dugor? Raman Dugor?
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Koro More Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे तुम बिना के पतित पावन हेतु तव अवतार पतित पावन हेतु मौसम पतिता प्रभु न पाई बेहारा मौसम हा हा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी हा प्रभु नित्यानंद सुखी कृपावलोकन करो आमी बड़ दुखी দয়া করো সীতাপতি অদ্বৈত গোসাই দয়া করো तव कृपा बले पाय चैतन्य निताय तव कृपा हा हा स्वरूप सनातना रूप रघुनाथ पतयुग से जीवा प्रभु लोकनाथ दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास रामचंद्र संगे मगे नरोत्तम दास दया करो प्रभु पदम श्रीद्वैत दास वैष्णवेर कृपा मगे आदाम दास दया करो गुरुदेवा पतित पावन श्री चरण सेवा मगे ए पतित जाना श्री चरण मगे ए पतित जाना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे Shri Krishna Chaitanya Toma bina ke dayalu Jagata samsare You have to do English every time because they can read while we're singing. Okay, Shavastakam now or anything else? Yeah, the purple. Yeah. Oh yeah, it is in the Spanish. In this book, it's 323. I don't know. Raje Vijayinam Bhaje Vipina Deshata Keshavam Raje Vijayinam Bhaje Vipina Deshata Keshavam Nava Priya Kamanjari Rachita Karna Purashtiyam Vinindra Taramalati Kalita Shekare Nojvalam Dare Chadita Hutika Gratita Vaguvaikakshakam Braje Vijayanam Bhaje Vipina Deshata Keshavam Pishangi Manikastani Pranata Shringi Pinge Kshane Mridanga Mukhi Dumale Shabali Hamsi Vamsi Priye Iti Swasurabi Kulam Taralam Avayantam Mudam Bhaje Vijayanam Bhaje Vipina Deshata Keshavam Gana Pranaya Meduran Maduranadma Gosti Kalam Vilasna Nilayan Milad Vivida Vesha Vidyotinam Sakina Kila Saraya Pati Suhasayantam Gira Braje Vijayanam Bhaje Vipina Deshata Keshavam Shramam Bhukanika Vali Daravili Dagantantaram Samudagira Dhatubi Likita Garu Panchakuram Udanchadali Mandali Duti Vidam Buddha Kalakam Raje Vijayanam Bhaje Vipina Deshata Keshavam Nipadanavatanakam Valivinodkanat Kantaya Natat Kurapuntalet Alagubir Bhuvam Bindatim Kalena Davalagatam Lagunivartayantam Puro Raje Vijayanam Bhaje Vipinadeshata Keshavam Padankatatibivaram Virachayantamarashriyam Chalataralanaichiki Nichayadulidum Rasrajam Malurlahari Chanchali Kritadukula Chandachalam Braje Vijayanam Bhaje Vipinadneshata Keshavam Vilasamurilaikala Dvani Birula Sanmanasa Kshanadakila Balavi Pulakayantamanta Griye Muhurvidaratam iti Pramuritam Chagoste Swarim Braje Vijayanam Bhaje Vipinadeshata Keshavam Paityapati Sundari Tati Virabhyabhyarchitam Srinadkura Karam Viter Natarapagabangi Shatai Stanastavaka Sanchara Yanekranukaritan Chalam Braje Vijayanam Vipinadeshata Keshavam Itam Nikila Balavi Kula Mahotsavo Lasanam Ramena Kilaya Bhumam Patati Sustupadyastakam Namujvalam Yam Sada Nijapadaravinda Dvaye Ratim Dadada Chanchalam Sukayatad Vishaka Sakya Praje Vijayanam Bhaje Vipinadeshata Keshavam Braje Vijayanam Bhaje Vipinadeshata Keshavam Jaya Keshavadev Jaya Keshavadev Keshavadev Jaya Keshavadev Page 341. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite Gokula Taruni Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Damodara Rati Vadana Veshe Hariniskutabin Davipineshe Damodara Rati Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Jaya Vrishabhanudari Navashashileke Lalita Saki Gunaramita Vishake Vrishabhanudari Vrishabhanudari Navashashileke Lalita Saki Gunaramita Vishake Nudari Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Karunam Kurumai Karuna Bharite Sanaka Sanatana Varnita Charite Karunam Kurumai Karunam Kurumai Karuna Bharite Shirupa Sanatana Varnita Charite Karunam Kurumai Karuna Bharite Sanatana Jayo Radhe Jayo Radhe Jayo Radhe Jayo Shri Radhe Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Haribo, 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 Gaura Haribo.
will be coincidental and ever existing. Vedas, Upanishads, everywhere it is glorified. This day, this is the first day when God created this world. First He made barley. It has all the potency. So this day, barley is given to Krishna.
It was supposed to be a thing, but it's too low. Oh well. I didn't know where you were, so I figured I would just start with a video. I didn't know where you were, so I couldn't do the video. Otherwise, we just, messed around. That was a good test. You failed.
Jnanam timirandasya Jnananjana salakaya Chaksurunmilitam yena Tasmai Sri Rup Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Twadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Namah Yang Pravrajantam Manupetam Apeta Krityam Dvaipayano Virahaka Taruha Juhava Putre Ditanmayataya Taravo Benedos Tang Sarva Bhuta Hridayam Muni Manatosmi Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakshay Chiptasya Kamadi Tarangamadye Kripa Mayi Tvang Sharanam Prapadyam Brinde Namaste Charanaravindam Tavaivasmi Tavaivasmi Najivami Tam Vina Iti Vigyaya Radhe Tam Nayamam Charanantike Kripayati Yadi Radha Badida Sheshabadha Kemapada Vishishtam Pushti Maryadi Yorme Yadi Vadati Chakinshit Smera Sodita Srir Dvijavadamani Panktya Mukti Shoktya Tada Shama Sundara Shikhanda Shekhara Smera Samurali Manohara Radhikara Sikamam Kripanithe Swapriya Charana Kinkarim Karu Prananatha Vishabhanu Nandini Srimagabjara Salola Satapada Radhika Kripastitim Tambajami Rasikendra Shekhar Sambadaya Dashine Trinam Bibo Partaye Brajamahendra Nandan Astu Mohan Tavati Balava Janma Janmani Madhiswari Priya. If Sri Radha is merciful to me, then unlimited obstacles to my devotion will be removed. There, it will be nothing superior for me to attain, because I will have received the excellence offered by the paths of both Vaidhi and Rag. And if she speaks something while smiling gently, thereby revealing the brilliance of the rows of her pearl-like teeth, what significance will the oyster of liberation have? O Shyamasundar, O you whose head is adorned with peacock feathers, whose face is graced with a laughing smile, whose Murali flute enchants the mind, and who are most expert in relishing ras with Srimati Radhika. O ocean of mercy, please make me a maidservant at the feet of your beloved. You are the Lord of the life of the daughter of Vrishabhanu Maharaj, and you are like a bee, always eager to taste the nectar of her lotus-like face. O Rasikendra Shekhar, foremost of those who are Rasik, who are situated at the feet of Srimati Radhika, I worship you. O son of the king of Braj, O all-pervading one, O Mohan, who enchants the minds of all, taking a piece of straw in my teeth, I pray that your supremely beloved Sri Radha be my dear worshipful goddess, birth after birth. First I offer my unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Diksha Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Asto to the Sat Shri Srimad, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, and the same unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Shiksha Gurudevs, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Asto to the Sat Shri Srimad, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, to our Param Gurudev Sri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj and Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, to all his divine associates and to all the assembled devotees, and to the assembled devotees, Diksha Gurus who are my Shiksha Gurus, Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Madhav Maharaj, Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Ban Maharaj, and Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Siddhanti Maharaj. So here we are in the material world, working in the correct process, at least externally, to become free from that. So first, we're going to begin, as on schedule, with verse learning, and then we will watch a video, a short video, of Srila Gurudev, and then we will be tested on the subject matters of the video. And then we will proceed to the glorification of Sri Shankaracharya, who Krishna ordered Lord Shiva to come to this world as Shankaracharya and preach Mayavadi, philosophy of all things. And then we will hear the glories of Sri Srimad Bhakti, Shoda Ashram Goswami Maharaj, and Sri, it's a little bit hard to pronounce, Sri Srimad Bhakti Vilas Gabastinemi Goswami Maharaj, and that will be our morning. And there'll be time for questions. So let's proceed to a review of yesterday's verse, which in English is, pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness cannot be had even by the performance of pious activities for hundreds of thousands of lives. It can be attained only by paying one price, that is, the intense greed to obtain it. If it is available somewhere, one must purchase it without delay. Without delay means now, because anything can happen later. So then the Sanskrit is, you can repeat after me without looking, Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavitamati Kriyatam Yadi Kutopi Labhyate Tatraloyam Abhimoyam Ekalam Janma Koti Sukritarna Labhyate. Now that goes really low. If you have a better tune, let me know. We'll change. Okay. Huh? Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavitamati. No. Good try. Should we do that?
I have another.
You have one, Sanatan? Sankirtan?
Yeah. Krishna, Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavitamati Kriyatam Yadi Kutopi Labyate Tatra Lolyam Api Mulyam Ekalam
Oh, that sounds like a good one.
Janma Labyate
Again, together. Sankirtan. Again, Sankirtan.
Krishna
Tirasa bhavitamati kriyatam yadi utopi labhyate tachaloyam api mulyam ekalam janma koti sukritirna labhyate. Once more. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavitam. Cheated. Thought everyone was good. Labhyate tachaloyam api mulyam ekalam janma koti sukritirna labhyate. Okay, now turn off the screen. Okay, now try it. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavitamati kriyatam kutopi labhyate tacham loyam api mulyam ekalam janma koti sukritirna labhyate. Good. And then we'll do a new one today, but tomorrow we'll zip through this and tomorrow's. So what verse shall we learn today? What new one? Mm-hmm. The how you relate with the three classes of devotees. Not. That is. It's how to relate with Kanista Adhikaris, Majjhima Adhikaris, and Uttama Adhikaris. You'll remember? Okay. Can everybody turn to... that is an important verse. Everyone turn to their songbooks. Yes. And it's Manashiksha. Unless we have Manashikshas in the Manashiksha? No, I'm sorry, it's not Manashiksha. It's not, sorry. It's not Manashiksha, it's Ubadashamrit. And it's text 5 and 6. Yeah. Well, that's one verse, actually. It's one verse about how to deal or relate to the three types of devotees. Can I have one also? Wait, I have one. It's okay. So what page is that on in the songbook? 331. Okay. First, would you like to learn the whole book?
Yes.
Because that's very important. We might as well. Is everybody up for that?
Yep.
Okay. So, the wise and self-controlled person. Oh, you have it there? Good. The wise and self-controlled person. Say it without looking. Well, let me read the first. First Sanskrit, then English, and then we'll learn it. Vacho vegam manasakroda vegam jivha vegam udarapasta vegam etana vegan jo vishaheta dira sarvam apimam pritivim sasisyat. The wise and self-controlled person who can control the impetus to speak, the agitation of the mind, the onset of anger, the vehemence of the tongue, the urge of the belly, and the agitation of the genitals can instruct the entire world. There's a line, Prabhupada and Gurudev explained, there's a line coming from the tongue to the stomach, to the genitals. If we can't control one, then it'll go all the way down. So, the wise and self-composed person. You can close our eyes. The wise and self-controlled person who can control the impetus to speak. The wise and self-controlled person, the wise and self-composed person who can control the impetus to speak. The agitation of the mind. The onset of anger. Okay, the wise and together. The wise and self-composed person who can control the impetus to speak, the agitation of the mind, and the onset of anger. You know how it has an onset? What? The vehemence of the tongue, the urge of the belly, and the agitation of the genitals can instruct the entire world. So when we want to go, you should, and you should, then this is our qualification for saying that. Okay, together. The wise and self-controlled person who can control the agitation the impetus to speak, the agitation of the mind, and the onset of anger, the vehemence of the tongue, the urge of the belly, and the agitation of the genitals can do what? Instruct the entire world. Once more, the wise and self-controlled person who can control the impetus to speak, the agitation of the mind, the onset of anger, the vehemence of the tongue, the urge of the belly, and the agitation of the genitals can instruct the entire world. Okay, now, if you don't look at the screen, we can learn the Sanskrit. Vacho is what? Speech. So that's first. Vacho, vegam. Vegam means pushing. Vacho, so all of them are pushings, but they are like you're being pushed by somebody from behind. But even though they're all vegams, they have different translations like impetus, agitation, onset, onslaught. Vacho vegam manasa. We could even act it out and then we'll remember it. Vacho vegam manasa kroda vegam. Again. Vacho vegam manasa kroda vegam. Jiva vegam. Jiva. Now this is different from jiva. This is the tongue, like we say, tar, madhye, jivhayati, with an H. Like, of all the senses, the tongue is the most uncontrollable. Tar, madhye, of all the senses, jivayati, the tongue is the most difficult. So, vacho vegam, vacho vegam, manasa kroda vegam, jiva vegam, udara pasta vegam. Fortunately, there was nothing in there today. Etana vegan, udara and upasta, two different things. One word, udara, like dhamma Udara, Damodar, belly, and the genitals. Udara Pasta Vegam. Okay. Bacho Vegam Manasi Kroda Vegam Jiva Vegam Udara Pasta Vegam Etana Vegan. That means all of these pushings. Jo Vishaheta Dira. One who can control them all. Etana Vegan Jo Vishaheta Dira. And who can control them? A wise and self-composed person. That's a Dira. So Etan, all of these pushings, Jo, who can control these pushings? Who? Who is a wise and self-composed person. So, Bacho Vegam, Manasikroda Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udarapasta Vegam, Etana Vegan, Jo Vishaheta Dira. Okay, we haven't learned that yet. Sarvam, all. He can instruct the whole world. Sarvam apimam pritivim. Pritivim means world. Priti, you know? Priti means the earth. Pritivim shashishat. He can make disciples all over the world. Sarvam, I don't know what apimam it means. We'll find out. Can you find out, Haridas? Pritivim means the world. Sha, sa, shishat. He can make all of them his disciples. So, sarvam apimam pritivim shashishat. Shishivim shashishat. Okay, I can gather all of them. Okay, ready? Did you find out?
It's
Evenness.
Api, even.
Oh, even.
This. Imam is this.
Evenness. All evenness. Okay, evenness, for whatever. Prativim, world, Sashishat, his disciples. If he does evenness, all of this, Sarvam means? Sarvam?
No, it's saying it's in the grammatically. It's saying like this entire world. Even it's like this entire world can become his.
Even the whole entire world can become his disciples. Okay, let's go. Vacho Vegam Manasa Krauda Vegam Jiva Vegam Udarapasta Vegam Etana Vegan Jovishaheta Dira Sarvamapimam Pritivim Shishishat. Okay. Shishishat because he can love the whole world. All right, so that's today's verse. You haven't learned it yet, but if you practice today at least 5 times with friends, sisters, brothers, you can make a phone call to someone, you can tell me as I pass by. Excuse me, Syamarani Didi, did you know that? Bacho Vegam Udarapast. Okay, let's go. So, all right, so now let's get some people's mercies here. That is, start with those who are nearest. That is our Srila Prabhupada's. Who would like to read?
Guru Devi, would you like to do the Akshaya Tritiya video now or after?
Oh, I'm sorry, I totally forgot it. Let's do it now.
Did you want to give an introduction?
Yes, this is a part of a longer lecture given by Srila Gurudev. If you have the app, the Gaudiya Rasamrita app, you'll be getting his lectures every day. And this is the very beginning of part 1. There's part 1 and part 2, which are all beautiful. If you're not signed up for that app, Haridas will help you get signed up. Right? Okay. So now we're putting it on. Everybody can move their seat in such a way that you can see the video. And it's only 2 minutes. We'll play it twice, and then there'll be a test. Okay. And we can turn out the lights. Wait. Where am I going to sit? Can I sit there? Thanks. We turn out all the lights. Thank you. Here we go. Check for sound. It's not good sound. We had it good before.
No, it's playing from this thing. This thing doesn't have good sound even when the microphone's next to it.
There are different lists sent by different groups of what today is the beginning of, but we accept this list as full, as complete, as proper.
Rudy, would you mind turning off yours for one moment?
I don't mind at all.
Auspicious day. Akhay Tritiya. Akhay Tritiya meaning anyone who will
There's one list that I just saw yesterday that it said today's the day of rice. We hear that today's the day of barley rice.
Grudevi, it might be better just to do the glorifications and we'll figure this out later. But now it's not playing.
A change of schedule. We'll do the glorifications first, and then we'll see the video. It's okay. What is the beginning of that verse in Bhagavad Gita? Material nature is endlessly mutable. Everything is always changing. If we expect everything to be as we expect, we will be upset. And we may have the onset of anger. Even if we become angry, we're not allowed to show it. First, Bhakti Soda Ashram Goswami Maharaj. Would anybody like to read? Today is the disappearance day of Sri Srimad Bhakti Shodh Ashram Goswami Maharaj, who is amongst the last of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. He's an eternal associate of the Lord, whom Mahaprabhu personally sent to help Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, in his preaching. So these are not ordinary personalities, they're sent by Mahaprabhu. Born in a high caste Goswami family, his previous name was Bhavan Chattopadhyaya. He was very handsome and engaged in studying at college of Ramakrishna Mission. That means that Mayavadi mission. Didn't we read about that the other day? Oh, that was from Gaudiya Rasamrita. That our Srila Prabhupada called them the chicken mission because they want to love everyone. They consider humans to be Narayan. So if you feed and clothe poor people, that's service to Narayan. And chickens don't count. Other species don't count. So our Prabhupada called that the chicken mission. So even by studying at that college, just after completing his graduation, Gaudiya Mutt's words fell on his ears. His first darshan of Srila Prabhupada occurred as Prabhupada was walking with someone. Bhavan Chattopadhyaya was incidentally walking alongside. Although he could only recall 2 words from overhearing Srila Prabhupada's conversation, as he was unfamiliar with Gaudiya Mutt terminology, he remembered Sutaran, therefore, and Parantu, but. Therefore and but. Regardless, he found himself so attracted to Srila Prabhupada's effulgent personality that he followed him directly to the mutt. So even if a pure devotee says something mundane, it's Shabda Brahman, or transcendental sound. And even if a not pure devotee speaks Harikatha, it's still mundane. But we can get some sukriti out of it. Despite being the eldest son of his father, an initiating guru, and therefore being expected to carry on the family legacy as his successor, he took shelter of Srila Prabhupada and was initiated. He just dropped everything. Initiated as Bhutavita Das. Later, after sannyas, he came to be known as Sri Bhakti Soda Ashram Maharaj. He preached widely in Madras, which is present-day Chennai. He had so much affection for Mayapur Dham that in the latter part of his life, he hardly ever left to go anywhere else. In 1960, he traveled to Vrindavan to attend the installation ceremony of the deities of Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Mutt. Although he had seen most of Chaitanya Gaudiya Mutt's branches, there were a few he had not seen. And Maharaj has his own personality. He had mentioned that sentence. He gets into these details. Okay, so he was a wide preacher, widely preached, dropped everything as soon as he saw Prabhupada, and heard 2 words that are not even transcendental, parantu, which means but, and sutaram, which means therefore. And what else about him? He gave up everything.
He's showing us Manjalila 870. It's available for purchase. One must
Purchase it without delay. Good. and Bhakti Vilas Gabastanemi, Goswami Maharaj, Gabastanemi. So Maharaj is writing, today is the disappearance day of my Shiksha Guru, Srimad Bhakti Vilas Gabastami, sorry, that was too short, Gabastanemi, Goswami Maharaj. He was one of the 18 sannyas disciples of Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He was previously a follower of the Shankarite sect, so Prabhupada got all kinds of backgrounds. Srila Soda Maharaj, Soda Ashra Maharaj, he was learning in the Ramakrishna mission, and Srila Gabastanemi Maharaj was a Shankarite. But upon meeting the Gaudiya Math devotees, a series of discussions ensued between them, and being unable to defeat the arguments. So even if somebody comes to the temple with arguments, or meets you on Harinam book distribution with arguments, if he's not in the category of faithless, but he's in the category of innocent, then he can be changed. So we want to pray that we don't waste our time on those who will just argue, but we will find the innocence. Later he took sannyas from Srila Prabhupada and received the name Bhakti Vilas Gabastanemi Maharaj. He was a good preacher, his eyes were red, and so were his spectacles. No, Maharaj gets into these details. He had a very beautiful face. His primary mission was to subjugate the Mayavadis, which is where he came from. He was greatly successful in the service of collecting donations for the Math. So it's not that I'm a preacher, I can't collect money for the Math, because we see the biggest devotees, some of the biggest devotees, most advanced devotees of Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur were also famous as the best collectors. There's a Prabhupada, our Prabhupada gave the example that if you offer money or anything to a Mayavadi, he'll go like this. If you offer anything to a devotee, money or anything, he'll go like that. Why? Because it's not for him, it's for the Lord. So he came from the Mayavadis, and his main preaching was to subdue the Mayavadis. Similarly, how do we know that our Srila Prabhupada did that a lot? Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaudavani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane. He defeated Mayavad, and Nirvishesh means everything is nothing. Before I met Prabhupada, I used to meditate that there was a black nothing and everything started coming from it. Or that's like the scientist's Big Bang philosophy. Bang, and here was the lizards. He was greatly successful in the service of collecting donations. He built just one mat and did not have any disciples except for one lady disciple in Puri, who was the superintendent of the mat. Now, Srila Bhakti began Bharati Goswami Maharaj's chief secretary, translator, servant for some time was Madhava Priya Prabhu, who used to translate Srila Gurudev's and his gurus, Srila Puri Maharaj's books, and then he would translate the lectures of Srila Bhakti began Bharati Goswami Maharaj. So now he's asking, what is the meaning of Gabashtanemi? So Srila Maharaj said, this means the outer portion of a chakra which cuts or defeats Mayavadism. Isn't that interesting? Cut it with a chakra. Don't compromise it all. That means we have to learn all the arguments. A lot of them are in the Jaiva Dharma. And increases bhakti. So it's bhakti vilas. Vilas means like pastimes. It increases bhakti. He has the pastime of increasing bhakti and slicing Mayavad philosophy. It's the outside of the chakra, which slices. So Nemi means the part of the Sudarshan chakra that has spokes and which is used for cutting. Madhavapriya is asking. Yes, from its root. You cut the thing from the root. Also comes from the word Naimi Sharanya, Nemi Gabastinemi. It also comes from Naimisharanya, that forest where the Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken. So Gabashtinemi means the effulgent Gabashti, sharp edge, Nemi, of the chakra, cutting the fallacious doctrine of Mayavad philosophy. First, he was a follower of Mayavad, then he became one who cuts it. Based on this, Srila Prabhupada gave him that name. During that time, there was a lot of unrest over the over the cutting of Mayavads. There was even an attempt to kill devotees of the Gaudiya Math by administering poison. Wow. Even Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, these smarta Brahmins, those who are just into ritualistic rituals without knowing the goal, and who believed that in hereditary Brahmanism, and didn't like that Srila Prabhupada was making Brahmanas from all classes of people. So they tried to kill him twice, these caste Brahmins. One time at Praudamoya in Koladweep. There was a big kirtan party and they were on the roofs with soda bottles and stones to throw at Prabhupada. And they threw them, but Srila Param Gurudev Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj pulled him away and put him in a house and forcibly took his sannyas robe and gave him his brahmachari robe, which is white, and then came out because they looked alike. And by then the police were coming. And then they asked Prabhupada what his comment was. And he said, this is great because we would have had to spend millions of rupees for the propaganda that we got today in the news. Okay. Now we're going to the personality. So Srila Bhakti Vilas Kabastinemi Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Yes. Right, I knew there was something that I didn't say. 2 incidents. Yeah, the other incident is they bribed some policemen to kill him. So the policeman came to Srila Prabhupada and said, we do take bribes, but not for a holy person. So be careful, because this is happening. So, Sripad Sankaracharya is Lord Shiva, who was ordered by Krishna. You can read about this in Shiva Tattva book, who was ordered by Krishna to preach Mayavad philosophy, he told Lord Shiva that a lot of people come to me and do my bhakti just to create disturbances. And then they create disturbances. So I want to keep those people away. So you go and effectively preach to them, why are you worshiping God, Krishna? You're God. Just worship yourself. And then Lord Shiva told him, can't you ask somebody else to do that horrible thing? He said, no, you're the only one who can do it. Krishna ordered Lord Shiva to do many things that no one else can do. Drink an ocean of poison, destroy the whole universe by dancing, and preach this Mayavad philosophy. So let's start reading. Today is a special day. It is the appearance day of Shankaracharya, who is Lord Shiva himself. The scriptures confirm that in the age of Kali, Lord Shiva will appear as a Brahmana in the Brahmana family and preach the philosophy of Mayavad, which states that the Supreme Lord, the living entities, and the cosmic manifestation are all transformations of the illusory energy. Mayavadam atachastram. Lord Shiva, this is a verse from the Padma Purana, Uttara Kanda. Lord Shiva informed the goddess Durga, who's the superintendent of the material world. In the age of Kali, I take the form of a Brahmana and explain the Vedas through false scriptures in an atheistic way, similar to Buddhist philosophy. That is, everything is really void. Shankaracharya was born in Kerala, in a place known as Kaladi. Once, when he was very young, while bathing in a river, a crocodile caught him. But because he's Lord Shiva himself, it was all planned out by him. So the crocodile caught hold of him. Then when his mother can somebody else read? Somebody want to read? Not too dramatic though. You have a mic?
Once, when he was very young, while
Closer.
bathing in a which the mic. Can you turn the mic up? Because otherwise, I have to a crocodile caught hold of him, just as a pretext. Then, when his mother witnessed that a crocodile had caught her only son, she began to cry. Shankaracharya told her, "Only if you permit me to accept sannyas, the renounced word of life, then the crocodile will leave me." Having no other alternative, his mother conceded and he took sannyas.
How old was he?
Very young.
Yeah, like 8.
At that time, the doctrine of Buddhism was widespread, so the masses neither believed in the demigods, demigoddesses, nor in the authority of the Vedas. Although Buddha denied the authority of the Vedas, he indirectly preached a couple of Vedic injunctions. Shri Shri Radhamambiri Ju Ki Jai. I don't want to do a half bow. Such as he the Buddha indirectly preached a couple of Vedic injunctions, such as the promotion of nonviolence. And there's a little note that at the time there were people who were engaged in slaughtering animals for sense pleasure in the name of Vedic sacrifices by misrepresenting certain portions of the Vedas. Also, in the Athara Veda, there was information on the performance of avicharika kriya, inconsiderate actions, such as the knowledge to kill, to disturb, to make people fall sick, and so on.
Yeah, that's in part of the Vedas. The Vedas are for all kinds of people, including the demons and meat eaters.
And so there were people following these tactics, and in fact, Maharaj tells us that to date, the Anaryas follow these tactics.
What's an Anarya?
They are not Aryas. The Aryas are the people of the Vedas, so these are the people who are not Vedic.
Atheists.
Atheist. For example, there are mantras to create fire devoid of any warmth, such that no matter how much you boil sugarcane juice, jaggery will not be formed. Oh, Arya means those who are engaged in the progressive realization of God, those who practice nonviolence, truthfulness, and purity, while Anarya refers to those who do the opposite. To stop such widespread atrocious acts under the name of Vedic injunctions, Buddha denied the authority of the Vedas.
That's why, because they were misusing it, using the parts for the demons. What were the things that one of the Vedas give you knowledge of? You read it, you just read it.
How to make fire without heat.
Yeah.
How to kill people.
Yeah.
How to make them fall sick. How to slaughter animals.
And Maharaj told another time that you could even get rice to walk.
Wow. Shankaracharya, however, supported the Vedas. When Shankaracharya, who was Lord Shiva himself, the presiding deity of the mode of ignorance, appeared, he simply preached, Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva, Na Paraha. Brahman is the only truth. The world, impersonal Brahman is the only truth. The world is unreal, and there is ultimately no difference between Brahman and the individual self, Jiva. So, Shankaracharya also accomplished the important task of reinstituting deity worship, which Buddha, by the strength of his royal backing, had curtailed. By this indirection, he indirectly asserted that deity worship is necessary and beneficial for the practitioner. If one does not engage in deity worship, then who will be the object of worship? He also asserted that one needs an object to perform sadhana, hence a form of Brahman is required. Therefore, for the benefit of the practitioner, he said to imagine a form of Brahman. He rescued the deity of Bhadrinarayan from the Alaknand river, and Bhadrinarayan is the one all the way up in Badrinath where we were hearing about the other day. It's the temple high in the Himalayas. And the Buddhists had drowned the deity there. He then reestablished the deity and rearranged for his worship. He preached according to the necessity of time. As a result of his preaching, the stronghold of Buddhism began to wane. Shankaracharya also sang Bhaja Govinda, Govindam Bhaja Mudha Mate. O foolish ones, just worship Govinda. Just worship Govinda. Just worship Govinda. There is also evidence he favored Vaishnavism, Vaishnav Dharma, even though externally he advocated that the Lord does not have an external form.
So like his version of deity worship is that you're climbing a ladder to get to the top, which is impersonalism, and then that is the deity worship is the ladder, and then you throw the ladder away.
He also glorified Mother Ganga by composing a very beautiful stava, Devi Soreshwari Bhagavati Ganga. In Sri Shailam, there's a Shiva temple, but the temple belonging to his Shakti, Brahma Brahmarambha in the same vicinity is more prominent. One day, by Shankaracharya's desire, he was taken by a Kapalika, a follower of a tribal sect which comprises religious fanatics that believe in human sacrifices to Devi or Shakti, like, if you guys remember Jud Bharat. Yeah, Jud Bharat and the deer. In his life after that, so Bharat Maharaj, he was a really great king. He became a great devotee in the forest. When he was in the forest, he saw a mother deer giving birth to a baby deer, and then the mother deer glanced at him in such a way that he understood the mother wanted to care for the deer. Then he became overly attached to the deer. So in his next life, he himself became a deer, but he still remembered his beauties because of his pious activities. He went and heard from sages. The following life after that, he was Jud Bharat. He remembered his two previous lives, and he acted like he was a total fool. And he was at one point his brothers hung him up to be a scarecrow, and then there were these people similar to this tribal sect who they wanted to do a human sacrifice to goddess Devi or Shakti, and so they were like, oh, let's take the scarecrow person and sacrifice him. Should I tell the rest of that pastime or just go on?
Well, you might as well, but just in 2 sentences. Just in 2 sentences. They were just about to chop his head off when, because he was a pure devotee, the goddess Kali, or Durga, Kali, jumped out of the deity form, and the deity form exploded, and she came out and chopped off all the heads of the villains and drank their blood.
So, these religious fanatics they took Shankaracharya by his own desire to their forest area to be offered in sacrifice. Wow. So just like that, they took Shankaracharya and they were getting ready to chop off his head. And at that time, Shankaracharya remembered his disciples who appeared there and requested these tribal people to release their guru. But the tribal group said, no, we're going to offer him in sacrifice. So in Sri Vishnu Sodasha Namastotra it is said, Kane Narasimha Cha, think of Vishnu as Narayan while in the forest. So Shankaracharya advised the disciples to take shelter of Nrsingadev. Saying this, Shankaracharya recited a Nrsinga Stava and his disciples followed suit, a prayer to Lord Nrsinga. As a result, Lord Nrsinga appeared and killed the Kapalika, the tribal group. To commemorate this incident, although it is a Shiva temple, to this day the Nrsinga Stava is sung there daily. And so that's the significance is that Lord Nrsinga is a Vishnu incarnation. So I guess that's why it's interesting that a Nrsinga prayer is sung there every day. So this custom was even when Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Maharaj visited that temple in this town. Nowadays, though, it is no longer sung. Instead, an audio recording is played. So then we have Shankaracharya's service to Lord Jagannath. In the Jagannath temple in Puri, Shankaracharya established a place where the Upala Bhoga is offered, not the Raj Bhoga. What's the difference between Upala Bhoga and Raj Bhoga?
It's just at another time. It's not as big as the Raj Bhoga.
So in honor of this, every day Mahaprasad from the Jagannath, for anybody in the live stream, Guru Devi said the difference between Upala Bhoga and Raj Bhoga is it's just at a different time. It's not as much food in the offering. In honor of this, every day Mahaprasad from the Jagannath temple is sent to his mutt via a bihangi, a carrier with a basket hanging from each end of a long stick.
It's sent where? To that Shiva temple?
It's sent to his mutt in Jagannath.
Whose mutt?
Shankaracharya's. Because this is where he established.
Right.
Some claim that the Jagannath Ashtakam was also composed by Shankaracharya himself. There he has written, Rama Shambhu Brahmara Pati Ganesh Shajita Padom. His lotus feet are worshipped by great personalities such as Lakshmi, Shiva, Brahma, Indra, and Ganesha. He also mentioned, Navai Yache Rajam, I don't desire sovereignty, Syamarani, may Jagannath Swami kindly enter the pathway of my vision. For someone who composed such wonderful prayers, how can we attribute to him things like Jivo Brahmaiva na Paraha, which means Brahman is the only truth, the world is unreal, and there's ultimately no difference between Brahman and the individual self.
Impersonal Brahman.
Impersonal Brahman and the individual
It's not
self.
Brahman, it's Brahman.
Brahman. By external consideration, why did Shankaracharya, an advocate of the formless Brahman, establish a Bhoga Mandapa, an offering to Lord Jagannath? Oftentimes, one's internal moods cannot be judged by external behavior. Only the intimate followers can perceive the internal moods. Otherwise, only Shtuta Vichar, apparent external meaning, becomes prominent. For this reason, we don't accept the Shankarites who take only the external meaning of Shankaracharya's teachings and not the subtle internal meaning, the Shukshma Vichar. So eventually, the Buddhists became so vindictive that they came up with an idea to conduct a debate in Tibet on the condition to conduct a debate in Tibet on the condition that the loser would light himself on fire. The Buddhists could not defeat Shankaracharya, however. Still, they tried to burn him. Shankaracharya allotted 4 places. So it was actually still they eventually burned him. So I guess that's how he departed. So eventually they actually did burn him. Shankaracharya allotted 4 places.
At least he pretended to be burnt.
At least he pretended to be burnt. He's a pure devotee. It's all happening according to his desire. And also his body can't burn because he's Satchidananda. So Shankaracharya allotted 4 places to each of his 4 disciples who established the 4 famous mutts in India. Jyotir Mutt in Uttarakhand.
Even Jesus couldn't die by the cross.
Even Jesus couldn't die by the cross, so what to speak of Shankaracharya, who is Lord Shiva, who is a transformation directly of the Supreme Lord. Lord Shiva couldn't be burnt by their fire. So his 4, so he have a lot
And
of.
He does not have a spiritual body like those in Goloka Vrindavan that are Satchidananda. It's a little adjusted, like milk and yogurt.
So you said he doesn't have a body like everyone in Golok Vrindavan that's Satchidananda. Does that mean that residents within the spiritual world outside of Golok have non-Satchidananda
In
bodies?
Vaikuntha they also have, but he has his own abode of Kailash, which is not quite the spiritual world and not the material world. It's in between.
So he allotted 4 places to each of his 4 chief disciples, who established the 4 famous mutts in India: Jyotir Mutt, Govardhan Mutt, Sarada Mutt, and Shingari Mutt. He also initiated the celebration of Kumbh. In those days, which is a large festival held every 12 years. In those days, many people would congregate to honor the Kumbh. Originally, the Kumbh was held at various locations, but eventually 4 places were finalized: Haridwar, Allahabad, Ujjain, and Nasik. The Kumbh Mela is the largest peaceful celebration on earth. Like literally hundreds of millions, close to 100 million people visit the site. In fact, this year was ginormous because it was like a Maha, something that only happens, I think, once every maybe 144 years. Actually, I really don't know that much, but I know it has to do with the constellations in the sky. There's this pastime of the Lord. Should I go into this? Haribol.
Go Premanandi. Shri Shankaracharya ki jai. Shri Bhakti Vilas Gabastinami Goswami Maharaja ki jai. Shri Bhakti Shodha Ashram Goswami Maharaja ki jai. And now we're going to see an excellent loud presentation of Srila Gurudev. If everybody can reposition yourselves. Lights out.
Any job, anything chanting her, today is very auspicious. transcendental and ever existing. Vedas, Upanishads, everywhere it is glorified this day. This is the first day when God created this world. First He made world. It has all the potency. So this day, Bali is given to Krishna. In the Narendra Savas today, the ornamented deity of Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, that is Radha Madan Mohan. They will go to that pond and they will make a festival on the boat. From this day, they began to make wooden chariots. From that very day, Madhavendra Puri took sandalwood from Jagannath Puri to Ramuna, to Krishna Gopinath, and it was given to take the heat of Gopal there. From this day, Chandanja. So they will do like this Chandan, and so much thick layer of will be given on Thakurji. Also today, the door of Badrinath in Himalaya is open for all. In 1941, Guru Maharaj established this institution, Gaudiya Vedanta Committee, and Desi Bhakti Vedanta was there in this day. Because he was so much bosom friend of our Gurudev.
Okay, here comes the test. I'm sorry that it wasn't so clear. We had some sound difficulties. So, what do you remember? What started on this day? Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti, when? 1941. What about it?
Prabhupada was there.
Our Srila Prabhupada Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj was there as one of the founding members, one of the signing members. What else? This world, God created this world, yes, or you could say Lord Brahma created the world as the sub-creator. What? He created barley. What? Barley has all potency, yes. It's the root. It's very powerful. It's a very healthy, very powerful foodstuff. It's the root of all other grains.
Bhadra Narayan Temple is open.
Bhadri Narayan Temple is opened. Why wasn't it open before? We discussed that the other day. It's way up in the Himalayas, so like for a lot of the year, it's all ice and snow and you can't get there. But then the snow starts melting as it approaches summer, and so they open the gates. But even with the gates open, it's with great difficulty the pilgrims go there to honor the Lord, Lord Narayan.
Mahavendra Puri decorated Gopal with chandan to cool him.
Yes, for 1 or 2 months, Madhavendra Puri was ordered by his Braj Gopal deity to go to Jagannath Puri and get sandalwood pulp because he was still very hot for being under the earth for so many years. So Madhavendra Puri got many, many, many pounds of sandalwood and also camphor. Then he went back to Ramuna on the way back to Vrindavan. And in Ramuna he had a dream that me, Gopal, and this Gopinath deity in Ramuna, which is near to Jagannath Puri, we're one. So if you arrange to have Gopinath full of sandalwood, full of chandan, every day, then I will also be cooled. Then what else happened? On this day,
They fashioned wooden chariots.
Yeah, they began building the wooden chariot for the Rath Yatra festival. And what else? Yes?
Srila, Srila Prabhupada, he started his journey, right? Or
To where?
wasn't, as far as I understood, to America?
He didn't mention that as one of the points.
Okay. What was
He
it
came
that?
in September. That Prabhupada was one of the signing founding members of Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj's establishment of the Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti in 1941. And what else? There's one other thing. There was a big boat festival, that is, and also Jagannath Swami also gets chandan pulp, very thick, just like Tirthapad Prabhu did. So he has a deity which is called the Vijay Vigraha deity. Like we have Radharaman Bihari, we don't take them out on procession, but we can take out Radha Govinda out on procession. Like back in the early 70s, we had the small deities. We used to take them to Boston Park, Boston Commons. It's a park in Boston. And with a palanquin, and we used to have Sankirtan. Many, many people would come because they were already in the park. They were just attracted to the Sankirtan and the deities. So that small deity, Vijay Vigraha, is called Radha Madan Mohan. You saw how beautifully he was decorated with the chandan. They go out, and he's very well decorated. They go out on a big boat and have a Sankirtan festival. There's a painting that we did, BBT painting. You know where it is? It's in the Chaitanya Charitamrita during the Rath Yatra festival. And he's going to show us the picture. So at that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu observed that, and he and his devotees were having water sports during that festival, Sankirtan water sports. We're stopping the class in 1 second, Haridas, so I hope you're back then. And I think that's it for the list. And here it is. He found it on time. Here they are in the water. There's the well-decorated boat. Although, as you can see in the video that we just saw, it's a much more decorated boat. And there's Mahaprabhu doing Sankirtan in the water. What water is it? Narendra Sarovara. It's a man-made pond in Jagannath Puri. Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Gora Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Go Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. Sarira Vijajal Jatendriya Tahigal, Jive Pale Visaya Sagari, Dharma Jay Jivayati, Loba Moya Sadormati, Take Jatao Kutina Sangsare, Krishna Bodhadoya Moy, Kodibari Jivajoy, Swaprashad Nadilo Bai, Sayanam Rita Pao, Radha Krishna Gunagal, Premi Dako, Chaitanya Nitai, Ek Bada Premi Bade Dakari, Dayal Nitai, Chaitanya Bodhi, Premi Bodhi Dakari. Did you show the live stream? Gaur, Dayal Nitai, Dayal Gaur. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,